Why Goku is multiversal. It's 2022 and we're still doing this? Alright, before I even begin, I want you to keep in mind that everything I'm about to say, Goku has done in his base form, or can currently do in his base form. Let's begin. First way to get Goku to multi. In Goku's original fight with Beerus, we see a dense ball of energy starting to be created. This is from Goku's Kamea Wave and Beerus' Cataclysmic Energy Ball. This dense ball on multiple occasions was stated to have the energy to obliterate the entire macrocosm itself. The macrocosm is an infinitely sized construct housing at least 8 other infinite constructs within it separated by space-time. I'm basically saying that the macrocosm itself is a low multi-construct, stated infinite by multiple guides, infinite galaxies, infinitely expanding, infinite universe, you get the picture. Beerus then nullifies this dense ball of energy effortlessly, and the narrator continues to say that they each hit each other with the force to destroy the entire universe. Later, we see how Super Saiyan God quote-unquote runs out for Goku and he's only left with Super Saiyan. However, Goku states he hasn't gotten any weaker. Super Saiyan Goku then starts pushing back Beerus, and Beerus is unable to nullify Goku's punches as easily as he did the dense energy ball. The same dense energy ball that was stated to have the power to destroy the entire universe. This means Goku as a Super Saiyan is now low multiversal. But then Beerus throws the strongest attack in the entire fight so far, and this is too much for even the low multiversal Super Saiyan Goku. This is when base Goku, through sheer will, absolutely nullifies the entire attack. Meaning now, base Goku is low multiversal. This isn't even accounting for all the multipliers, which you can get Super Saiyan God transformation alone at 10 million times multiplier on top of his base. So a Super Saiyan God Goku, after absorbing the God power into his base, would be multiversal. Jiren was verbatim stated stronger than Infinite Zumasu, who's literally a living multiversal timeline, and Goku beat Jiren. Goku even stated himself that he could have done something about Infinite Zamasu if he had one more Senzu Bean. It's 2022 when we don't think Goku's multiversal. Please, let's grow up. If you're a universal, low multiversal, or even just a baseline multiversal being, unfortunately,
your punches tickle.
How strong is 2008 Hulk? Hulk is able to casually dodge bullet fire and grenades and able to casually sit in fire and bring entire helicopters down with a single throw. Can run faster than military vehicles, rip apart jeeps, cars, and one-shot super soldiers. Has tank sonic cannons from Stark Industries that can be lowballed to twice the normal amount of sonic cannons in our real world that can produce around 180 decibels. Which doubling it would be around 300 decibels. Converting decibels to joules, it would be around 4 quadrillion joules, or 2 quadrillion 950 trillion 248 billion 597 million 200,000 pounds, or over 100 times the weight of your average city. Able to clap away fire engulfing an entire helicopter, and can overpower Abomination, who previously kicked Hulk through a building that requires over small building levels of energy. Can break apart the ground with a single smash, and tank falls from over skyscraper heights. He has an exceptionally high healing factor, and his strength increases greatly the angrier he gets. Shout out to Prince Evans for the 25 for this video. A monster with strength unmatched. Who can hope to overcome this beast? Arkham Batman versus PS4 Spider-Man. Who comes out on top? Batman, trained to the physical and mental peak, arsenal of gadgets, weapons, vehicles, and advanced technology, an inventor, detective, genius-level intellect, and trained extensively and is an expert in most known forms of martial arts. Batman is able to casually tank automatic fire from rifles and shotguns at point blank, falls from building-level heights, and tank electrocution or shock gloves to the face. And was even able to tank being punched through thick walls by Bane, which had been calced at small building level. He's even tanked casually large building level explosions consistently, even overpowering Bane, the same Bane who could throw cop cars hundreds of feet. Even Bane, while fighting and barely surviving an encounter with a Titan, states that the only thing more dangerous and destructive than the Titan is the Batman himself. with numerous of these same titans being casually stomped out by Batman. Can defeat Killer Croc, the same Killer Croc who can demolish the halls of Blackgate Prison and even tank automatic rifle fire, gets heavily damaged by Batman's attacks. An expert practitioner in 19 martial arts, which includes boxing, jiu-jitsu, muay thai, judo, boijutsu, taijutsu, shuriken jutsu, intan jutsu, kyaku jutsu, shinobi iri, kali, taekwondo, krav maga, hapkido, jeet kune do, wing chun, karate, parkour, and pro wrestling. Batman, while holding back, can defeat Ra's al Ghul, who's been alive and fighting for hundreds of years and is a super soldier on his own. Lady Shiva, who's been stated to have unmatched skill, and even defeat Catwoman blinded, even though Catwoman was stated to have unrivaled stealth capabilities. He can literally predict the attacks of his opponents. Even Catwoman was stated to be able to dodge electricity in the Arkham Knight database, which moves at Mach 1300. This is consistent and not an outlier, since Batman has dodged every single conventional weapon in the game, and the only people that tag Batman are those who also scale to this same level of speed. Batman has a training simulator of all his villains, which are stated to be just as dangerous as the real villains themselves. Robin, who proclaims he has nothing to Batman, easily defeats Bane, Killer Croc, and Clayface all at the same time. Poisoned to near death multiple times and injected with enough fear toxin to drive 10 men insane, he casually shakes off. Defeated multiple super soldiers, his entire rogues gallery, aided by an entire army, and he did it all in one night. Who can hope to defeat the Batman? Insomniac Spider-Man can tank getting shot and blown up through a building, and punch through a bank vault door, and is even shown surviving small building to building level explosions. Strong enough to catch cars mid-air, stop trucks, and even pull train tracks. He's even able to exponentially slow the rate of an 800-foot, 130,000-pound crane, and can even tilt a military recovery hall after just breaking out of mind control from Mr. Negative, who can fabricate realistic demons, even turning himself into one, which Spider-Man is able to defeat in realistically 10 seconds. Fast enough to dodge every version of conventional weapon and even electricity, aided by his precognition. He has suits that enhance his speed and durability, as he's able to catch up to a speedster and tank bazooka blast to the chest. Peter has even shown relativity to Miles, who can pull two parts of a bridge together, has tanked electro lightning that can literally malfunction a helicopter with a single strike, and his webs are strong enough to support the weight of a 10,000-pound helicopter. Aside from the fact that with one arm he's able to throw the tail of a helicopter casually, Spider-Man is essentially an extremely skilled gymnast that uses Muay Thai and Taekwondo strikes with a capoeira flow, and lucha libre finishes with flashy wrestling moves, with an array of miscellaneous attacks that makes his arsenal very unpredictable and very effective. So in a battle between Arkham Batman and PS4 Spider-Man, the winner is Arkham Batman. While yes, I can agree that Spider-Man is more physically dominant than Batman, strength isn't everything. With their speed being relative and Batman showing more consistency surviving large building explosions, Spider-Man has never shown being able to defeat opponent on the martial skill of Batman. Not even Taskmaster can come close to him. And even when it comes down to strategical intelligence, Batman is superior. I'm not talking about prep time, I'm talking about thinking on the fly, which is what Batman does the entire game. Batman can neutralize Spider-Man's web shooters using his disruptor, and even use his Sub-Zero grenade to freeze Spider-Man in place, which Spider-Man has shown no resistance to. And with the battle becoming hand-to-hand, Batman is going to rip him in half. Even with precognition using his spider sense, Batman has his own version. Big shout out to the sponsors for this video, I appreciate the 46. Insomniac Spider-Man could not win. What video game character can defeat the Batman? The inconceivable strength of Black Panther. Black Panther is capable of tanking bullet fire from multiple ranges, can tank attacks from Iron Fist, the same Iron Fist who can shatter a shield helicarrier with one punch. Able to fabricate force fields to deflect a barrage of assault, can defeat a Skrull who has skin tough as Luke Cage, claws like Wolverine and Danny's Iron Fist, along with skill on par with Moon Knight, Captain America, Daredevil, Elektra, Shang-Chi, and himself put together, with Shang-Chi himself regarded as the world's greatest kung fu master, and can even access all ultra instinct. Without his powers, he can defeat an actual panther, and with it, he can stop a lion, a jaguar, and even a 3,000-pound rhino. Easily dodges gunfire, lasers, and something thrown by the Hulk in a microsecond, or 1/1,000,000th of a second. And in Heroes Reborn, he's able to catch an amp version of Blur. With his energy daggers and claws, he's able to cut through the Hulk like butter and tear apart force fields, and it even works on a molecular level. Wakanda even possessing magical rune markings that one can enhance their strength, their ability, speed, and every other stat. Able to construct astral panther projections to defeat a dragon amped by the All Black, and can even conquer the White Tiger God. Has a Hulk bust armor he uses to combat the Hulk, and can even control the dead, connecting to every Black Panther in history, even summoning them using their knowledge as his own. His claws have durability negation, and his suit is able to store up kinetic energy, discharging it across a widespread area. A master of innumerable martial arts, which includes Zulu stick fighting, tiger-style kung fu, wushu, dambe, lam, capoeira, taekwondo, muay thai, shuriken jutsu, intanjutsu, and so much more. An owner of 5 galaxies and even created shadow physics, he developed a discipline that combined alchemy and science to exploit quantum entanglement for unlimited teleportation and mass transmutation. Aside from him being regarded as a master of stealth and even possesses cloaking devices, and his intelligence rivals Reed Richards along with Tony Stark. Shout out to Daiko Ryu, who sent $25 on Cash App for this video. And big shout out to my boy King and Queen Lion, who helped me out with this scale. So much power and so much strength. But can he defeat the Batman? The incomprehensible strength of Ben Affleck's Batman. Batman is shown being able to slam Superman through 4 concrete pillars, which requires over 16 million joules of force, or 44,253,789 pounds, which lands his attack potency at the high end of building level. Though this was done in his mech suit, it was actually stated that it only enhances his durability and not his actual attacking strength. You can proceed to scale his base strength far higher, considering he's able to take out numerous parademons, which are able to stumble and smash around Wonder Woman, who's comparable to Doomsday. The same Doomsday who is proclaimed as having planetary destroying energy. With his gauntlets, he's shown being able to dissipate a prolonged heat vision blast from a mother-boxed amped, bloodlusted Superman. With this same Superman showing relativity to the prior stated planetary Doomsday, and can even obliterate Steppenwolf, who was stated to have survived the original battle with Doomsday on Krypton. With this Doomsday stated to have the ability to shatter Krypton's moon into fragmented pieces of rock, placing the gauntlet's durability at moon level at the low end. Batman showing being able to react to a near full power Superman. This same Superman who was previously shown being able to resist the pull of the Phantom Drive, which on numerous occasions was stated to act as a black hole. Even light can't escape a black hole, yet this weakened Superman can, with guides showing that Superman's reaction speed and travel speed are equal. This stays consistent, seeing as though Batman's able to dodge physical attacks and heat vision blasts from Doomsday, who can easily contend with Superman, with heat vision itself being stated to be beams of red light, which Batman on several occasions has been able to avoid or react to. Giving Batman all his equipment, he's shown being able to have a sonic cannon, with these weapons showing being able to produce 300 decibels. Converting decibels to joules, this would be around 4 quadrillion joules, or around 2,250,248,597,200,000 pounds, or quite literally 5 times the weight of Mount Everest. He's been shown being able to perceive and grapple hook the Flash while running. Being trained in innumerable martial arts around the world, which includes but is not limited to boxing, karate, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Savate, Krav Maga, Ninjutsu, Kung Fu, Judo, and Aikido, as well as being trained in many forms of deadly martial arts, such as combat shooting and kendo. Skilled enough to train a losing fighter on the spot into dominating his opponent using words alone. Able to bypass the superhuman senses and sneak past Superman, the same Superman who has to rely on his senses alone to locate disasters and tragedies happening all around the world, meaning someone who can detect things that are 24,000 miles away can't detect Batman, who's standing right behind him. Big shout out and thanks to Dante for sponsoring this video with the 40, the man who can take down demons, devils, and gods, the one and only Batman. The inconceivable strength of Tom Spider-Man. Spider-Man is shown taking bombs right to the chest, these same bombs able to eviscerate humans, which takes over 295 billion joules, or building level. Able to catch attacks from Call Obsidian, the same character who can damage the Hulkbuster with sheer power alone, with the Hulkbuster scaling over base Iron Man who can tank part of the Sokovia explosion, which when calculated would be around 2 billion joules, or several times greater than the average for nuclear bombs. Green Goblin states that Spider-Man is all but invincible, even when he has missiles that can engulf an entire bridge. This requires roughly the same amount of joules as the Sokovia explosion, which he states would do nothing to Spider-Man, with Green Goblin also admitting Tom is stronger than him as well. Shows that he can stop attacks from the Winter Soldier with one arm, the same Winter Soldier who can overpower Captain America, who can resist the pull of helicopters with one arm, and can throw Ultron through a concrete pillar that requires over 54 million joules, or 39,828,356 pounds of force, able to slow the rate of a 600 million pound ferry from splitting, without accounting for the cars, the people, and the water filling up the ferry during said feat. Shown to know numerous martial arts, which includes action shooting, taekwondo, weightlifting, gymnastics, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and pro wrestling. People like Captain America who can react to while a younger and weaker but a bloodlusted Thanos who's been able to fight Captain Marvel who can move at Mach 1000 in Endgame, with Spider-Man obviously scaling to this same Captain America. This is aside from the fact that all three Spider-Man can react to electricity, which itself can move between 50 to 100% the speed of light. His spider sense allows him to sense malice itself and can even keep him out of harm even when his soul is not in his body. Big shout out to Alejandro and Darrell for sending 11 for this video. Strong enough to have it all, and now strong enough to take it. This is your Spider-Man. It's time to settle this. Who wins, Insomniac Spider-Man or Arkham Batman? Both Spider-Man and Batman have shown being able to get shot and survive, able to survive small building level explosions via bombs, negative energy, or power plants. But in terms of durability, I see overall Spider-Man being the superior of the two. Not only is he showing more consistency surviving small building level explosions, but he's also tanked getting punched through a bank vault door, and get shocked with electricity, which can malfunction a helicopter with a single strike. In terms of speed, Spider-Man and Batman are extremely quick, able to dodge automatic gunfire on a consistent basis, able to dodge rocket launchers, and blitz a group of men with ease. Travel speed I see being relative, especially with Batman's version 3 grapnel and Spider-Man's web shooters. But combat is a completely different story. Batman is way faster. He's able to knock out a group of 4 men before they can even react to him being there. The way he moves in the game is so extremely fast that a group of 20 to 30 men can be on the floor within 10 seconds. Batman was also way closer to the missile that was fired at him, and he's even dodged grenade launchers, making him more consistently have faster reaction and combat speed. Batman and Spider-Man have been shown able to lift people with one hand, break through walls, and pull various heavy objects, but in terms of physical strength, Spider-Man is once again superior. While Batman is extremely strong, able to overpower Killer Croc, who can demolish the halls of Blackgate, Spider-Man is still more impressive, able to hold an 800-foot, 134,640-pound crane, can pull 80,000-pound semi-trucks and bend train tracks. Peter shows relativity to Miles, who can pull 2 parts of a bridge together. When it comes to fighting, both are extremely skilled, able to use various martial arts to overwhelm their opponents. Spider-Man is an extremely skilled gymnast who uses professional Taekwondo and Muay Thai strikes with a capoeira flow, flashy wrestling wrestling and lucha libre finishes with an unpredictable melee attack to destroy his opponents, and his spider sense only makes him that much harder to beat. Batman, on the other hand, is the best, able to defeat Lady Shiva, who's unmatched in combat ability, Deathstroke, a superpowered mercenary, and Ra's al Ghul, the leader of the League of Shadows, who's been alive and fighting for hundreds of years. He knows 19 different fighting styles, which I've listed in this video, and mastered all of them. If Spider-Man and Batman get within close range, Batman will beat Spider-Man's ass in 19 different styles with no remorse. Both Bruce and Peter are equipped with many gadgets to aid them in their battles, but Batman has every gadget in the book, and can even disable Spider-Man's web shooters. Being Spider-Man for years, Spider-Man has an extremely high battle IQ, but once again, Batman is the best. Batman has beaten people who's been fighting for hundreds of years. An entire army was created to beat specifically him, and he still won. They're both formidable, but there can only be one. The winner is Batman. The inconceivable strength of Arkham Batman. Batman is capable of tanking bullet fire casually, whether it be from handguns or 16 automatic rifles and shotguns being shot at him at point-blank range. Able to bust through cars which take 16,000 pounds of force and tank falls from building-level heights. Can be electrocuted by electrocutioner to the face and slammed and punched through thick walls by Bane, which have been calced at small building level. Even tanking multiple large building level explosions consistently and casually has been shown to completely overpower Bane, who can casually lift cars and throw them hundreds of feet. Bane, while fighting and barely surviving an encounter with a Titan, states that the only thing more dangerous and destructive than the Titan is the Batman himself. These same Titans get casually stomped out by Batman, even though he's heavily outnumbered, can completely overpower Killer Croc, who could demolish the halls of Blackgate Prison, even flipping him even though he had Batman in an arm cage and being well over 1,000 pounds. Killer Croc, able to effortlessly tank automatic gunfire, gets heavily damaged by Batman's attacks. Batman is trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, in addition to mastering all forms of martial arts, which includes but is not limited to boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, judo, boijutsu, taijutsu, shuriken jutsu, intan jutsu, kyaku jutsu, shinobi iri, kali, taekwondo, krav maga, hapkido, jeet kune, wing chun, karate, parkour, and pro wrestling. Ra's al Ghul, who's been alive and fighting for centuries and has superhuman strength, speed, and stamina, is defeated by Batman, who's holding back. Can defeat Azrael, who's another super soldier, Deathstroke, and Lady Shiva, who's been stated to have unmatched skill by Batman himself and the Arkham Origins database. While blinded, he can defeat Catwoman, who's stated to have unmatched stealth capabilities, relying on his other senses alone to defeat someone who literally cannot be detected. Blinded. Literally has the ability to predict the attacks of his opponents and instantly adapt to any circumstance. For example, Mr. Freeze, who would counter all of Batman's tactics, and the militia, who's been trained by the Arkham Knight, and Hugo Strange, people who know how Batman operates extremely well. Catwoman in the Arkham Knight database was stated to dodge electricity, which moves well over 1,000,000 miles an hour, or Mach 1300, and this stays consistent, seeing as though Batman can easily dodge automatic gunfire on multiple occasions, missiles and grenade launchers, and so much more. And the only people that tag Batman are people who also scale to this same level of speed, aside from the point that Batman negs the verse, and anything one can do, he can do better. Shown to have a training simulator of all his villains, which is stated by Alfred to have the same strength and speed as the actual villains, and Robin himself, who proclaims he is nothing the Batman, can easily defeat Killer Croc, Bane, and Clayface all at the same time, and Batman showing that he can do the same. Can go from defeating Deathstroke in an even hand-to-hand combat at the dawn to one-shotting him at the twilight. Even Deathstroke proclaims that working with the Arkham Knight and every Batman villain ever, he still believes that the Batman can win. Batman is equipped with an array of gadgets including batarangs, both sonic and remote controlled, flashbangs, smoke bombs, disruptors that can override guns, and more exotic technology. Freeze grenades, explosive gel, line launchers, hacking device, cryptographic sequencers, and even shock gloves that build voltage by storing the kinetic energy Batman obtained from fighting criminals. The mental fortitude of Batman is unmatched, seeing as though each of the games span over the course of one night, with 12 hours being the maximum time. Being injected with enough fear toxin to drive 10 men insane, he casually shakes off, poisoned to near death, and can still defeat hundreds of a League of Assassin ninjas, criminals, Mr. Freeze, and Copperhead. Being gripped with insanity and still defeats every villain in his way, can survive fear toxin with enough strength to nuke and infect an entire city, relive the death of his friends and family. family and still found a way to win the night. 8 of the world's deadliest assassins, 9 of the most dangerous criminals in the world, running a gauntlet of his rogues gallery. Arkham Island, Blackgate Prison, Arkham City, Gotham City, every main mission, every side mission, every Riddler challenge, every DLC, every criminal, assassin, super soldier, monster has fallen to one man in one night, 4 times in a row. Shout out to Anthony who sent $30 on Cash App for this video because
Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all.
the world's greatest detective, the Dark Knight, the Batman.